Are carbs evil? The answer is yes and no. When you look at these beautiful fruits and vegetables, you can't call those carbs evil, but the white carbs, those are the evil carbs. The white rice and the white flour and the white sugar and the white pasta and white potatoes. The white foods are evil because white foods turn into sugar. When you take a bite of a white bagel, in about a minute, if you kept chewing that bagel starts to taste like a donut because the white flour gets converted to sugar so quickly that your body experiences a big burst of sugar. And when you have your sugar up, it's followed by a sugar down. And when you have your sugar down, it means when you eat these foods, you're hungry an hour later. And the last thing you want to do is eat foods that make you hungry. And these are the evil white foods. These are the foods that make you hungry. And food shouldn't make you feel hungry. Food should make you feel full. So what you want are the good carbs. And good carbs, in a word, are fiber. Fiber makes you feel full and has so many health advantages for you. And there are 4 kinds of fiber. You've got fruits and vegetables are 2 kinds. And your goal with fruits and vegetables is to get 5 to 10 servings of fruits and vegetables in a day. Is that possible, Carrie? Can that be done?
10 seems like a reach, but it is possible. A serving you want to keep in mind is a half a cup to a cup. So we're not talking about outrageous amounts of fruits and vegetables. We're talking about, probably for most of us, 4 to 6 cups of fruits and vegetables a day. Think about if you had 3 cups of lettuce with your salad, you've got 3 done just right there. So it is possible, just a little bit of effort and a little bit of planning.
All right, so you've got fruits and vegetables, and then you've got whole grains as the 3rd kind of fiber, and we're going to teach you in a little bit about how to know if it's truly a whole grain. And the 4th kind of fiber are legumes, and legumes are the double bonus because legumes are filled with protein and fiber.
So the other thing that kind of throws a wrench into healthy eating is the food industry. So the food industry challenges us because of sugar. So Dr. Altman just talked about all these white carbs, and what does that mean? Well, the biggest problem that we have right now is added sugar. And on average right now, the average American is getting 22 teaspoons of hidden sugar in their day. 22,
Jeez.
okay?
Wow.
Females, unfortunately, we're doing way worse. We're getting on average 37 teaspoons of hidden sugar in our day. That's a lot of sugar.
Wow.
We're only meant to get 5. And so that's the biggest challenge right now is how do we get back to only having 5 teaspoons of added sugar a day? Well, the man right next to me here thought of a brilliant rule, which I named the Altman Rule. And what the Altman Rule is about is how do we look at foods on the store shelf and choose foods that will make us feel full and not give us that added sugar. So in front of you, I have some common breakfast items that most of us would probably choose in the morning and think we were doing a good job. We have here flavored oatmeal. We have here a yogurt smoothie, and we have Pop-Tarts. And so what I often do is I ask patients which one they would think would have the most sugar in it.
Well, Carrie, when I look at these things, I would say health food, junk food. I mean, if you look at this, you've got a heart healthy right on the front, and this older guy, this Quaker Oats guy, he makes me think it looks like it's healthy.
And so most of my patients would say that the Pop-Tarts are the ones that have the most sugar.
Sure.
But in actuality, this Pop-Tart has 13 grams of sugar in it. This flavored oatmeal has 14 grams of sugar. And the shocker that almost made me fall off my chair is that this flavored yogurt smoothie has 40 grams of sugar. This is drinking a Coke.
Oh my goodness. Well, you're telling me that a serving of this oatmeal has more sugar than a Pop-Tart.
Exactly.
Wow.
And so that's what we're going to teach you a little bit about is how do you know? This is really confusing. Everything says healthy, organic, everything on front of it. And so what we want to look at is we want to look at 3 key items. First, look for the grams of fiber. Okay?
Well, there's 2 kinds of fiber here. It says soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. Which one do we use?
We are going to be looking for the total fiber, which is dietary fiber.
That's all that counts?
That's all that counts.
Great.
Okay?
That's easy.
You're going to take your dietary fiber, then you're going to locate protein. Okay? And so protein's located right here on the label.
Okay, 3 grams of protein
Yep.
and 3 grams of fiber.
Perfect. That's 6 grams total between the protein and fiber.
6 grams of goodness.
Yep, and so every time you look at a food package, you want to add the fiber and protein together. The next step of the Altman Rule is to compare the grams of sugar. So if we look here on this food product, how many grams of sugar do you see?
14 grams of sugar.
Yep. So what the Altman Rule is about is if there's more sugar, like this oatmeal, than there is fiber and protein, you do not want to be purchasing this product, okay? So you want to make sure that every time you are shopping, you add the fiber and protein together, and that should always be greater than the grams of sugar. And so an alternative to our flavored oatmeal is this plain oatmeal right here. Imagine taking this plain oatmeal, adding your own berries, adding your own nuts, and doing any kind of combination like that to give it that sweetness without adding that added sugar.
The second graders gave this the double thumbs down for the Altman Rule, and they learned that this is a thumbs up for the Altman Rule.
Perfect. So fiber and protein we know are the foods that keep us full. So we've just learned how to look for whole grains, how do we know and look out for those hidden sugars. The next step is actually to move over here to our lean proteins. So our lean proteins are going to be things like fish, it's going to be things like legumes, it's going to be tofu, it's going to be yogurts, eggs, veggie burgers, hummus. These are all types of foods that you want to be looking out for as your lean proteins. The proteins that you want to watch out for are the ones that have a lot of saturated fat in them. These are going to be more of your red meats, your pork, your deli meats. Those are things that we're going to want you to limit in your day. Along with the lean proteins come our fats. So everyone, when they think of fat, they think bad, but there are actually good fats out there. And the way I keep this straight is to think about bad fats coming from animals and good fats coming from plants and fish. So some examples of some good fats we have here are things like peanuts and almonds. We have avocados. We have healthy peanut butter. We have flax seeds and chia seeds. These become really popular right now. And what you want to be making sure you look for with any of these foods is looking at that Altman Rule, especially with the things like nut butters, like peanut butter and almond butter. You want to watch out for that hidden sugar. So where you're going to find all of these tips and a review of everything that we just went over is at wellnesscampaign.org. We have 2 great pamphlets out there. We have our Nutrition Truths and our Altman Rule pamphlet where you'll be able to find all this information summarized for you.
Find the foods that you love on the good page and bring them into your house, eat them and enjoy them, and make those part of your regular routine.